Love is Love is a new anthology from IDW that celebrates love in the modern world. All the material from artists, editors, and writers, including myself, was donated. And all the proceeds of the book will benefit all the victims, survivors, and families of the Pulse Nightclub tragedy in Orlando. We've got organizer Marc Andreyko and contributor Joshua Yehl from IGN here to share their experiences on the book.
I grew up in the 80s, the age of We Are the World and Live Aid and all those sort of artists getting together to generate art. So that was kind of my reflexive action. After I heard about it, I just went on Facebook and said, the comics community needs to do something. And then 4 hours later, 75 people from all walks of entertainment and comics were like, we're in. So then I realized, oh, I guess I'm doing a book. And from there, it just snowballed and became this immense, beautiful piece of art that people can get today.
Can you talk about some of the different people who came together to make this book?
Sure, we have some, the huge names in comics. We have Grant Morrison, Brian Bendis, Jason Aaron, Willow Wilson, George Perez, Phil Jimenez, all these great legendary comics people. We have a number of trans creators. We have a number of female creators and minority creators, and we also have a number of creators who were people that aren't necessarily comics people who had stories to tell that I knew that I thought would fold in really, really well. So I tried to get as wide of a spectrum as possible.
It takes a tragedy to bring people together, but it's almost like unprecedented that there's so many different people from the comics world and beyond together. You have DC and IDW working together to publish it. There's Archie characters in there.
We have all the trinity of the DC characters. We have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. We have all the gay and lesbian characters from their past. We have, just really, really powerful, moving stories.
People think sometimes the comics are just like fantasy or, they don't really matter, but to really merge the two worlds of reality and fiction and show the power they can have in a horrible tragedy like this really says a lot.
It's really been a great communal thing, and I was really glad to have you contribute because I know, this is a sensitive topic, but I know that you lost a really good friend in Orlando.
Yeah, my best friend Drew Leinanen, him and his boyfriend Juan were among the victims, and you told me about the book, and I was just floored by everything you were doing to make it all come together. And when you asked me to do it, it was a very scary prospect, and I said yes because I wanted to do anything and share Drew's story. But I remember I got home and I had to start working on it, and I was like, well, I'm in a book with Jim Lee and J.K. Rowling, all these other people who are just so talented, and it's like, well, I'm going to drag the book down. But then I thought a lot about Drew's mother, Christine. No one would blame her to just stay in her house and cry all day after something so horrible, losing her only child. But she went out there and she started doing speeches at the DNC and the HRC and just anything, and talking on gay rights and common sense gun laws, and really just putting herself out there. And I thought if she could do all that in front of the nation, in front of the world, then I can write a one-page comic book about my best friend.
Your piece is lovely. Your piece is lovely because I even brought this up when we met for lunch. I was like, I've experienced some unexpected tragic loss in my life, and I really wanted to make sure you were at a place where we didn't feel like we were exploiting you, and that you were at a place that you felt emotionally safe to do this. The emotion behind every single contribution to this, just the waves waft off the pages. It's such a powerful book, but I think it's a really beautiful memorial to the people that died and to the people that survived.
Well, Marc, thank you so much for going above and beyond to assemble this book. Love is Love. It's such an impressive collection. So thank you so much for doing that.
Well, thank you for being a part of it. It really means a lot, and I hope everybody picks up a copy of the book while they can, because now that some of the names have been announced, I think it's going to be selling out quickly, which is a good thing.
That's it for now, but make sure you pick up a copy of Love is Love today. It involves a lot of amazing talent, including Phil Jimenez, Damon Lindelof, Patton Oswalt, Brian Michael Bendis, Marguerite Bennett, Steve Orlando, Tom King, and many, many more. It is such an important book, and it's such an important project for this time that's the reason why I reached out to contribute to this. So you want to make sure you pick it up and give it a read, because it's going to put some love inside your heart. And also, give us some love by clicking subscribe, because this is the one place on the internet where you can get all the DC news that you need to know. See you next time.